What is going on, everybody? Welcome to it's AMD week here at Robeytech, obviously with the launch of the 9000 series of processors. For the next couple weeks, we're going to be focusing on AMD builds, showing off the new CPUs. Today, we're going to be focusing on the 9700X. Hey, so let's talk about the parts we're putting in today's build, though. Starting with our case. Guys, I love doing this case, so any excuse we get to use this one. This is the Fractal Terra. The last one we did was in the jade. This is the silver. For the CPU for this, we're using the brand new Ryzen 7 9700X. For our cooler, we're gonna be using a new one, the PureRock LP. This is a 100 watt TDP small form factor cooler from Be Quiet. So that's gonna be our cooler. It's gonna fit nicely in here with the expanded graphics support because we're gonna be putting in a 4080 Super. For our motherboard, we're gonna use the ROG Strix B650E-I gaming Wi-Fi motherboard. For our RAM, we're gonna throw some interesting, I haven't done these guys for a while. I really actually like their RAM and their prices are actually pretty good. Accelerate from PNY. We did a whole video on their GPUs, but they also make RAM and storage, which is actually where they started. So we're actually going to do an all Accelerate build in here. So we've got 3 terabytes of NVMe storage, Gen 4 NVMe storage, and then we're going to use 32 gig RAM, non-RGB, 6000 mega transfer kit from them, their Mako RAM. For our power supply, throwing this in there because if somebody decided, hey, you know what, maybe I want something a little bit more powerful, you could do the V850 SFX if you wanted to. We're going to use the V1100 if you wanted to save a little money here. This is coming in at about $2,400. If you want to save like $100, get this closer to 23, you can throw that in there. But leaving a lot of headroom, in case you did want to upgrade to 5090 or something like that, wanted to leave that in there as a potential option there. If it's going to use more power, who knows? Actually, NVIDIA is becoming very, very power predictable. And then lastly, the last thing that we thought would be really good in this is the RTX 4080 Super. Another 4080 Super you can put in here is the PNY. Sorry, you could do the PNY, you could do the Gaming X Trio Slim, and then of course you've got the ProArt, all that fit within this. And again, this case is actually NVIDIA SFF rated, so any of the SFF rated GPUs would fit inside of this case without any issue whatsoever. So, okay, here we go, guys. First ever Ryzen 9000 live build. Might actually be the first ever Ryzen 9000 live build ever. I'll be honest, right? I don't think anybody else has done a live build yet, so this could be the first one. If I'm wrong, who cares? You guys might be witnessing history right now. I don't know if it's a history all that people are worried about, but there you go. I'm starting a trend. So there we go. Pop it in there. There we go, Ryzen 7 9700X, guys. There you go. Your first one. It's a small board. Whoa! That was actually a jump. Whoa! That tried to take me out, guys. You almost saw an AMD AM5 assassination. That thing flew. Okay, there we go. She's gonna do RAM clicks now. I'm getting this done. We can do the cooler while we wait. So 1 terabyte going into the first. There we go, pop that in there. Okay, so there's our first one. Now you can install the second one, which is on the back. Look at that, boys and girls, it's in. Turn that back around. Okay, here we go, 96, guys. PNY Accelerate GPU, here we go. Ooh, that was really mushy, guys. Like really mushy. Let's hope number 2 is better. $96.1, it got it. It got it with 96.7. Barely made it, but it got it. SRT Baltazar coming in with this sub right there. It got it right at the very end. Dang, somebody's like, no. That was a tricky one. That was a tricky one. Time to cover up that Ryzen 7 9700X. So you have to like kind of sandwich this. So now our cooler is installed. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? So we're just gonna take this little bad boy. Okay, so let's get our case done. So here's our Fractal Terra. Just pull that open. Boom. Open this up. There's a little button right here on the side. Just gonna put that. Just pops right out. Flip it around to the other side. Same dealio. Lift up. Pull right here. Okay, and then we're gonna grab our little box of gear. We need to shift our thing over because we care more about GPU height than we care about PSU height. Luckily that's bendable. There we go. So we're doing just loosen out our stuff and let's see if we're in good shape for our GPU already. What I'm gonna do now, which I haven't changed my mind, I'm literally just gonna work to make sure that if I need to shift this out or not, I didn't remember. So we're gonna go and grab our 4080 Super here real quick. That looks like it's gonna be fine. This is always the fun of small form factor. There we go. We now have a closed bin. Okay, so we have everything here now. We're just gonna move this stuff out. Okay, let's get our PSU in, and then we'll worry about doing our last bits of this. There you go. There's that one. And we only have 3 things to plug in, which is cool. There's our whole thing right there. Look at that. Okay, let's get our PSU screwed in. Grab this and get this plugged in first. There we go. Even from the top, looks pretty good. There's our side view of the case, so it looks like nice and clean. Top is clean too. There you go. And there you go. Build is done. Let's check Cinebench, here we go. And there you go, multi-core, look at that. This is why I like this CPU. Like, it is running full load at 77 degrees. And this is where we see about average is about 85. Gaming and stuff like that, the 9700X can, and in many cases, like crushed at 1080p, specifically at 1080p, it crushed everything very handily. And all of our numbers, all the data and all our numbers are in our review, and then there's a link down to the sheet below that you guys can see all that stuff too. Capable of, so we'll go to settings, graphics, we'll go to ray tracing ultra, we'll do DLSS on, we're gonna go to DLAA, 1440p, and we'll actually, here, let's just see how this does. So this is 1440p DLAA, so this is at standard resolution. This is like no no up-res, no upscaling. So this is no upscaling. It's getting 56, 60 frames per second. So yeah, this is like really kind of pushing. Now, one of my favorite ways, and I know this comes up a lot, one of my favorite ways to do this is basically to do it with frame generation, but 60 frames per second at 1440p. Yeah, and it's like, this is as beautiful as Cyberpunk can look. It is so crisp.